Hello traders, this is DFXS. Welcome to TFX family, and I believe that guys you are doing great. All right, in this video we are going to learn more on how you can lock more profit using our system. And I'm going to give an example through our signal generating EA. Remember, this is the system. If you are tired of analyzing market based on in the combination of full price action and SMC. Advanced SMC concept, this is the system that you really need to rely on because it will generate the signal for you guys and it will be sending signal. So your work it is to wait. You'll be waiting only for signal, then you take the trades. And it is very, very simple to use this system because it is not only combination of a full price action and advanced SMC, but plus a RENKO bricks or RENKO or strategy. So it is the best of the best system. We have the copy of manual and we have the copy of automated EA, and that is RENKO Sniper. And when it comes to manual, it is TFX Nairobi manual EA. Remember, and don't forget, it will generate signal. Your work it's only to take a position. And I want you to follow this video because we are going to talk about account profit target and profit locking mode, the setups that are there so that you can set them, or you can understand how to work with them, because by default you can maybe decide to increase or to decrease, but it is very, very important to understand how these two setups work. Without wasting any time, guys, let us get into it, and let us start by how you use this system. After proper installation, I always say when using our system, it comes with a template. And don't forget, this system you get it with a monthly subscription. If it is this manual or the signal generating EA, it's only $75 per month, and the EA automated that you don't need to do anything rather than installation, that is $150. So let's get into it, and let's start by talking about these templates. It's very simple. The system comes with a setup, combine everything into a template. So if you're trading currencies, let's for example, you just use this TAFX RENKO file 2. You just click as simple as that, and it will generate the RENKO system. I think you're following this system. You have been following system. You see, it's only one click and the chart will be created. And if, let's say, for example, you are using this signal generating EA, all you do, if you receive a signal of a buy, remember, you don't analyze the market. You just wait for the signal to be generated, and it will give you alert. If you link with your phone, trust me, you will get the notification. All you need to use it is these buttons. All right. If it is a buy signal, you use this buy signal, buy button. If it is a sell, you will only use this sell button. All right, very simple as that. After that, you wait, and remember, you can attach to all pairs, all currencies pairs. If you're trading currencies, if it is a gold, remember we have the template of a gold, US30 and Nasdaq. All right, so but if you're trading only currencies, you can attach to all currencies so that you can receive a signal from all currencies. All right, and the signal, remember, it is based from full price action, advanced SMC, and also a RENKO, a brick, or the RENKO strategy. So now let's go direct to our setup. We are going to talk about, and I want you to follow this closely. Whoever uses our system, whether it is SMC Sniper or RENKO Sniper, this setup, you can apply it to all our system, and they are very, very important to understand them. Last time we talked about recovery mode, and I do believe you now understand how recovery mode is. Now, let's start with account profit target. What is account profit target? If you scroll up there, all right, you will get account profit target. Remember, this is account profit value, right? So in other words, it's account profit target. And you can see by default here, it is 3%. But let us learn what is this 3%. Now, for you to understand the percentage that you are supposed to set here, it is to understand the chart limit that you have set here. For instance, here we have set 5 chart limit. This means you can trade only from 5 charts. All right. Let's say, for example, you're using the RENKO sniper. It can only pick trades from 5 charts. 5 charts means 5 currencies. 5 different currencies are the one that will pick. If we have the signal of 5 currencies here, or 5 different currencies signal, it won't pick any trade. So when you are using manual, it won't send any of the signal. Since that you have limited the charts, you only need to receive 5 signals, because if you want to take it manually, you must also use according to account risk management. All right. So we take maybe from 5 and below, right? Some can take even 10. But to me, I can advise it is good to take from 5 and below, because that is very safest, all right? So this means if you have received 5 signal and you have taken those 5 signal, that means that the EA can run those trades. But if it has closed one, then it can send another signal, because in total charts or in total signal, they must be a 5. Now, let us do our calculation in order to understand the cooperation that is there in between the chart limit and account profit target, because that is where you really need to understand in order to know how you set up. Now, for instance, we have set 5 trades, all right, or 5 signal. And if we go down to our account profit value, we have set 3%, all right? We have set 3%. So this means that 3%, it should be the total of all 5 charts or 5 signals. So this means the total profit, if they get into 3% of your equity, it will close them automatically. But I want you to understand how it will divide, so that if it closes with, let's say, for example, the 3% of, let me do this so that it can be very easier for us. Let me say this, sorry, in order for it to be very simple for you to understand. So this is account profit, 3%. And let's say for example, your account is $500 or your equity is $500. So if your equity is $500, let me bring my pen here so that we can do things the right way. So if your equity, let's say, for example, your equity is $500, and here we are talking about now the 3% of the equity. So if your equity is $500, all right, and here we are talking about the 3% of these $500. So this means the 3% of this account can be like $30, all right? It will be $30. So that $30, because this 3%, it is the 3% of this $500, whereby this one is your equity, $500, all right? So $30, it is the 3%. I'm give an example. It is the 3% of your equity. And now let's say, for example, the EA took 5 signals, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now all 5 signals, this means if they reach into $30 profit, this means it will close them automatically. Now, this is where now interesting things comes in for you to understand. So this $30, that is 3% of this equity, it is the one that the system will divide automatically with this chart. So this means that it is $30, whereby it's the 3% of the equity, divided by 5, because we are talking about the 5 charts. So if it is that, so this means that 30 divided by 6, 30 divided by 6, of course, is 5. It's 6, all right? Yeah, it is 6. So this means in every position, when it reaches into a profit of $6, it will close itself automatically. Every chart, when it gets to $6, it will close, because the 5 charts is the one that will give us $30. So this means even if you have received one signal or 2 signal, it will close at $6. That's what I want you to understand. So in order to make things easier for you, it is to understand that. And if maybe it is, maybe the system is closing early and you see that profit's not that you wanted, the only thing you need to change, it is only account profit target. If it was 3, you can set even into 10 to increase your profit too. All right. I hope I'm making sense and you understand what I'm trying to say here. Sorry. All right. That is the thing that you really need to understand, that you can increase your account profit value for more profit or to lock more profit. That is very, very important to understand that. Why? Because when we are talking about that, remember, in our last video, we talked about the trailing. There is a video there about we talked about the trailing. The trailing here you are seeing, it is 2% of every chart, all right, of your equity. So it is this means it is the balance of trailing and account profit target. But the most important thing here when working with this of RENKO, it is this account profit target to lock more profit. All right. So you don't just do, I don't know where to change. I don't know what to do. Account profit target. It's very, very important. If you want to lock more profit, you increase here. So for example, if I have increased here to 10% of your equity, let's say, for example, the 10% of the equity of 500, it is $50. Let's say, for example, I'm just giving an example for you to understand. So this means if it is $50, this means it is $50 divided by 5. Are you getting the point? So the answer there, it is what you're expecting from every signal or from every chart. It is simple as that, right? Let's say, for example, your equity, it is 10, let's say $1,000, all right? And you have here 10 account profit value, it is 10%, all right? If it is 10%, 10% of $1,000, all right, it is $100, all right? So it is $100 divided by 5. And you will get, let's say, for example, it's $20. So this means in every signal, it will close with $20, so that if it can get all 5 signals, this means it will close with $100. So in total of 5 signals, it's $100, whereby $100, it is the 10% of your equity. So that 10% of your equity, it is the one that will be divided. All right, that 10% of your equity, it is the one that will be divided by the chart limit. So if you are, if we say here, let's say, for example, we have set the chart limit of 10, this means it will be $100 divided by 10. And if we have set the chart limit of 3, it will be $100 divided by 3. All right, whereby it will be like $30 and above, 3.5, $30.5, all right, so that it can be $3.5 or 3.4 something, so that when we multiply these 3 by 10%, we get $100, or we get the not the we get the percentage of your equity. So it is simple as that. So that's how you do your calculation. If you want to lock more, you play this game here of $5, 5 charts, divide by let's say, for example, I think you are getting what I'm trying to say here. We're saying that our account profit target here, or profit value, it is 10%. And your equity, it is, let's say, for example, $1,000. All right. So $10,000, the 10%, because this is the, it will take the percentage of your equity, the profit that you are going to make. Because if you set here 10%, you mean I want the 10%, the profit of 10% of my equity. That is where you really need to understand where this percentage of profit comes in. It is the 10% of your equity. So if you have $1,000, the 10% of your equity, it is $100. So this means with 5 signals, you are targeting $100, right? From $1,000, you are targeting $100, whereby $100 it is the 10% of this equity. Then from there, that $100 is the one that you are going to divide with chart limit. So it is a chart. A 10% of your equity divided by chart limit, then that's what you are targeting from every chart. And we say that it's 20% here, because 20% times 10 or multiply by 5, it's $100. It is simple as that. So let's go to point number 2 about the profit locking mode. Where is this rocking profit mode? It's kind of here we go. Profit locking mode. If we set here, it should be in a continuous locking mode. For this one, it's different because this is the setup of it. Lock constant start and lock constant step. So this means you are saying if every chart or any chart gets into, let's say, for example, 20%, if you don't want to lock the profit once, all right, you want to open a trailing. This is where I want you to understand. The account profit target, when it gets into the target of 20%, because chart limits are 5, we are given an example of 1,000 and 10% of 1,000, whereby it's $100. All right. When it reaches into 20% in every chart, it will close automatically. All right, it will close once. But if you don't want to use this account profit target, you can set here into false so that you can use continuous locking mode. Continuous locking mode tells you if you get into $20 profit, $20 profit, it is same as what we are talking about, the 20% of the $100 that we divided by 5 chart limits, we get $20 per chart. So this means that if we get $20 in every chart, instead of closing instantly, because sometimes market might be spiking and it can give you more profit, then we say if we reached into 20%, we want the system to open a trailing 0.90% of these $20, so that it can trail it is to follow, so the ask line, so that you can bank more money. But in case of anything, this market reversed, it will close with 90% of these $20. So if we set here like $5%, that is 0.5, that means it's $50. So if we get into the profit of $20, it will open a trailing of 50% of $20. Are you getting my point here? It will open a 50% of $20, whereby the trail will be following at $10. In case of anything, if the market reverse, then it will still bank that $10. Or if the market is still trailing, you can trail more profit. So it is good to understand that you can bank more profit by understanding account profit target and profit lock mode, or continuous profit lock mode. And the setup is here, profit lock mode. So by understanding this, you can target your account by the amount of the money that you'll be making. Are you getting the point? For avoiding maybe to close instantly, you can trail. For those people who understand, because it is good to know the basics, the trailing, it's better. It's good because you can trail. Even if the market can reverse and maybe you won't bank that 20%, it is good to know that you can bank even more than $20 because of the trailing and the condition of the market. So it is good to understand that the system is fooled with everything. is full or is coded with everything that you ever desired to understand or to know or to work with in Forex market. When it comes to the setup of locking profit or locking more profit, those are the most important subject or setups to understand in between the profit lock mode and account profit value or account profit target. It will help you a lot to increase, because sometimes someone can see, oh, I think the system is taking a profit too early. I think I need to increase according to my lot size or ABCD. I think I should increase my profit. So it is good to understand about the the profit lock mode and account profit target. So the lock profit mode here, it is based on money amount you want to trade with. So here we are not targeting the percentage of the account. Here we set the amount. All right. If you are smart enough, you can work with this both. How? You can activate account profit target for 10%. And we all know that the 10% of $1,000, it's $20 according to the chart limit, because it's $100 divided by 5, because 5 is chart limits. All right. So then when you get close, so here we can say, I just want when it gets into $15, because something can happen, market can reverse. Right? I would like this system to at least to start trailing at 50% of $15, so that if it does not give me a $20 here, then at least it can have $15. And if the market can continue going up, it will go to my $20, then it will close. So you can work in order to protect your account and to be profitable. This is what it means by locking the profit. So this means the options are there. You really need only to understand them on what you can do so that you can lock more profit, how you can increase your profit, and how you can decrease. All right, because sometimes you can say, oh, I saw like I was in $100, but because my target was $200, the market did not reach there. Then it market reversed and closed with a negative. No, you really need to understand how to lock your profit, how to protect it. Even if you want to say, let's say, for example, you want to get into 10%. $10, when it reaches into $10, you want it to put a stop loss or a trailing with 10%. If you want 1%, you can set there. If you set 0.1, I think 0.2, it will be very, very also safe. You can trade free. We call it because when, let's say, for example, you have gone to $10, if you're in a profit of $10, if you have set here 0.02, this means the stop loss will be brought by the system automatically beside your entry point, or like your entry point, or maybe with two very small profit, but this means that your account is already protected. So this means that you can set, if you go into profit, all right, if you are in a profit of $10, you want the stop loss, or not the stop loss, the trailing to be open at your entry point, so that the more it continues, it will be coming and locking more profit before you get to your account profit target. It is simple as that to understand about the lock constant, the profit lock mode and account profit target. You can protect your account the way you want. You can bring your stop loss at your entry point. If let's say, for example, we were talking about the break even, because I do believe last time we talked about the break even, but I will also repeat that video. You can bring the stop loss at your entry point after you are in a profit, a certain profit, all right? And that will help you a lot always to work trade free. We call it a trade free because there is no any risk, because every time the stop loss will be coming on your entry point. I do believe, guys, you have loved the video and you have learned something maybe you have been missing about on how you can lock more profit. Thank you so much, guys, and once again, welcome to TFX family. Thank you.